All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the DIY online handpan class. And today, it's a little bit new. I'm here. Usually, you guys will see Dave, but Dave is on travel, and we will bring him on shortly. But I just wanted to remind you, everybody that's joining us today, if you have not subscribed, you can subscribe down below. Click the like or the subscribe button, like, and get notifications. If you love our shows, you can definitely watch it. So, and also if you guys have any comments or questions, I will be watching the comments and questions, and we will answer them live here today on, what is today? July 31st, 2021. Also, if you guys haven't checked out our website, actually you'll see Dave is here in a second. If you haven't checked out our website, Dave is right there checking our website out. You guys can go to our website and check out all our things. Actually, one of the things that you might want to check out if you guys are here for lessons is this section right here, if I can get it. Oh, it won't come down, but it's all right. Oh, wait, I have to go over here. Services, not working, but you can go to our website, check out our services. We have a DIY community that you can check out. Oh, there we go. Actually, this is the one you want to watch, is the DIY community. It's awesome. We have lessons by Dave, personal lessons by Dave, and they're amazing. I learn a lot from these lessons, so check it out, definitely. So, without further ado, today is kind of a special day. Dave's on travel. It's the end of summer. I know a lot of people are on travel today, and or this summer. And so Dave's out on travel, and he brought a rental handpan with him. So let's catch up with him in Santa Barbara. So here we go. Here's Dave in Santa Barbara. Where are you exactly, Dave?
Oh, no, this is not Santa Barbara. This is Solvang.
Solvang. Oh, so up in that area. You're in wine country. So awesome.
Pretty much, yeah, up here.
Oh, nice.
Yep, going on up to San Luis Obispo area a little bit later. But yeah, so here I am. I brought my rental handpan. We rent handpans here at DII, and so a lot of people that are interested in getting handpans, sometimes they can't quite commit right up front, and they want to try something out. So these are the rentals that we have. And they always have yellow bottoms, so they're really easy to identify. But yeah, I just wanted to show everybody out there today, like, what you can do with a rental handpan. You can take it to Solvang and like hang out in a gazebo at a park and play.
Right. So yeah, I know our rental program has been pretty popular for those of you guys that are like trying out or looking to buy, but want to try them out first, or just want a handpan to use for just events. You can actually
events or
whatever. But Dave's showing you how you can rent a handpan and take it with you on a vacation, right?
That's right. Here we are. So like we pretty much include one of these bags, a little backpack bag. Well, it's not a backpack actually; just got the carry straps on it. With every rental, so you can carry it around. It's really easy to transport. So here we are, here I am playing. It's a traditional sunset scale that we sell here at DII. So pretty much this scale, if you learn how to play this scale, you'll know how to play the other scales that we have available at DII, unless it's a custom scale. But our main production scales are the sunset scale, also known out in the handpan world as the Celtic minor scale. So the note here is a D, and it goes A, C, D, E, F, G, A. It has all like the main notes of the Celtic minor. We call it the sunset here at DII. It's a beautiful scale to play at sunset. Of course, right now it's noon, but it's still beautiful to play, right?
Right, totally.
So let me just play a little something for you, Daniel. I'm gonna play a little something.
All right, cool.
And if anybody out there has any questions about handpans, about technique, about getting started with a handpan, feel free to put them in the comments section, and we can answer those live right now. So if anybody's out there has any questions about handpan or anything, rentals, how to buy them, how they're tuned. A lot of people have questions about how they're tuned and how to maintain them, that sort of thing. Let us know, and we'll try to answer those questions right now. So let me just play a little something and enjoy the day, because it's a beautiful day here.
It is a beautiful day.
Somebody's taking video over there. All right, so hey, anyway, I wanted to show you guys with what I was just playing there. I was totally having a good time. I was trying out a couple different things just as I was playing. I don't know if any of you noticed, but while I was playing a very simple scale on the handpan. It's like one of the more basic things where you just start with your left hand, like that, and you go straight up the scale. We've got lessons at DII. We call them our DII community lessons. And I go through lessons that teach you how to do all sorts of stuff like that. And so that's one of the classic beginning scales that you learn when you get a handpan. And you can see as I was playing, I used that scale as just part of what I was doing. So when you learn these lessons, what you do is you incorporate a little bit of this lesson, incorporate a little of that lesson. And next thing you know, you can put it all together and create a little piece of music on the fly, kind of like what I'm doing now. So you'll notice, again, I was just playing the scale straight up. And it still sounds great. It's fun to play and listen to. Another thing I was doing there, which I've taught in a lot of my lessons before, is how to play this little back slap here. So you take your finger on your right hand or your left hand, whichever one you're most dominant with. You play the center note, the ding note, and with your left hand, like a bass drum of a drum set. And you play the right hand or your dominant hand, the slap, as if it was a snare drum on a drum set. And it kind of has this back and forth kind of feel, like you're rocking out, right? So I was doing a lot of that as well with that. Of course, I was kind of manipulating a little bit and changing it up a little bit, but that was the basics of it. So one of the songs that we frequently teach to our beginners, we call it the Austin Funk. And we taught it to somebody down in Austin one time when Daniel and I were down there on a special mission to teach a customer. And anyway, so we developed this while we were there, and we call it the Austin Funk. So let me just play it really quick, and I'll just show you how I can deviate from that. I'm going to play it straight up the first few times, and then I'll show you a couple deviations that make it a little bit more entertaining. So here we go. So that's the basic Austin Funk right there, one time through. So you can see I'm using my left hand like the bass note. My right hand is the slap. And then I do this little C, D, C, D thing there, just to kind of make it melodic a little bit. And then I'm going to deviate a little bit now. And I'll go back. So the regular Austin Funk. And then I'm going to deviate again. Explore some ideas. Here's that regular scale. Go back to the Austin Funk. Scale. Back to the Austin Funk. So you can see it breaks it up a little bit. There you go. So that was just me just toying around with a couple of the basic things we've been teaching people over the past, what now, Daniel, how long have we been doing the handpan class?
Oh my
Like 2
gosh,
years now,
it's
two
almost
and a
been.
half years.
I think it's been like 2 years now. We've been doing that. Your
Yeah.
audio is kind of cutting in and out. I think you have that wind thing on, so but just letting you know.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's all right. But yeah, the Austin Funk has been one of the things. Like when I do private lessons, it's one of the beats that I share with people because it's easy to get, and then combined with the scales, it's pretty awesome. So it's a
Oh
good
yeah,
way
you can
that
do a lot.
you can definitely do a lot and start out. So
Yeah, you
no,
can do a lot of basic stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and the rental pan is definitely like that, and people do have questions on that, on like how to do like just basic stuff, and that's usually a good one to start out with.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is the DI. If you tuned in late, this is the DII rental handpan, and we rent them at DII for people that are interested in getting involved with handpan, but maybe they had never touched one before. They only heard about it or saw one that a friend had or something. So they just kind of want to dabble a little bit. Sometimes people want to rent them for maybe doing a recording project, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's multi-uses for the rentals. But I just wanted to show, like, we're on vacation, and here I am using the rental handpan and just enjoying myself and having a good time. So it's one of those things too where you could have a party or an event, and you want to have a handpan in your event, or you have multiple friends rent them all at the same time, and you can have like a handpan beach party, or around a campfire or something like that.
Right.
So you can use these rentals like anywhere. It's really a super cool idea. So
No, it's
we
super
just want to
cool.
make sure everybody out there knows that they're available, because sometimes people don't know. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and right now, for the rentals, we do have some available. A lot of the pro rentals have been like, um, I think someone got one today, actually, the pro rentals. And it's just, you know what?
yeah,
Like a lot of times, because I do talk to pretty much everybody that buys a handpan, and the rental program is an awesome thing because a lot of people have not touched one yet and they just want to get used to it. And the cool thing about our rental program is you can use 3 months of the rental price. If you rent for 3 months, you can use that towards a purchase of a new handpan,
right.
which is awesome, and everybody loves
Yeah,
that.
and
So,
a lot of people do that because it's such a really great deal.
mm-hmm.
Because that way they feel really comfortable knowing what they're getting. They know they're going to get a great instrument, and also just knowing that we do a good job with our customers and everything like that. So yeah, I think rentals are a great option for anybody that's out there just wanting to learn a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about a little bit about how this drum is made and how they are tuned and that sort of thing. A lot of people have questions about how
Yes.
to maintain them, like how to keep them from quote unquote rusting or that sort of thing.
Right,
So
right.
so typically, they're made out of steel. This one's made out of regular steel, and this one actually has an old nitrided top. So people always say, "What's nitriding? What is that?" So nitriding is a process of putting metal into an oven and then heating it up to like 1,000 degrees, taking all of the oxygen out, putting like ammonia and nitrogen in there, and it creates like this ceramic coating on the steel. So it typically makes it more corrosion resistant than regular plain steel. Plain steel can corrode if it's not covered with something really fast. So this is nitrided. It has a certain quality of sound. Other instruments have a different quality of sound. It's kind of like the wood on a guitar. Some people have spruce guitars. Some people have mahogany guitars or ukuleles, that for that matter, and they all have like a different sound. So this is just one option, and we've actually gotten away from nitriding over at DII just because it was becoming a headache. There are certain aspects of getting it manufactured that are kind of a headache, and I wanted to have more consistency with my products. So we've been doing powder coated instruments, and we have our stainless steel RS handpan, which are really great options. But as far as maintaining an instrument like this, basically you just want to keep any instrument from getting too moist.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I'm playing outdoors late at night at a party. Daniel and I actually just played at a party the other night. It was Friday night or Thursday night?
Yeah, yeah.
Daniel, when was it?
It was
Thursday night?
Thursday night, yes.
Yeah, Thursday night on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, basically in Palos Verdes. And the moisture from the ocean was coming in, but we had a great time. It was a lovely evening. We were playing some handpans, and you could see that there was moisture building up on the handpans. So basically what you do after that, if you ever have a situation like that, you just want to make sure you wipe it down before you put it back into the bag. You want to make sure when you get it home, you open up the bag and let it air out a little bit. Because what you don't want is you don't want that moisture to collect inside of that case or on the drum. for a long period of time, because that can creep into any little crevice. The moisture is going to get in there, and it can cause corrosion or some problems. So same thing, even with the stainless steel, we've been finding that if you're close, especially close by the ocean, sometimes that salt air can cause like little discoloration. It's not so much corrosion, but it's like a discoloration on the instrument. So you want to make sure you wipe that down. If you have a stainless instrument, wipe it down with a stainless steel cleaner after you play at the ocean or play in a moist environment, that kind of thing. Otherwise, like if you're out here during the day, like a lovely day like this, I'm not going to be worried about it pretty much at all. It's a nice warm day, dry air. So that's one thing you just need to be aware of when you have handpans, just making sure you clean them off afterwards. The other thing too is if you've been eating anything that has any kind of acidic kind of like solution in it or salt. So if you've been eating French fries or pizza or something like that, you want to make sure that you don't get all those oils all over the handpan. Or if you're drinking a soda, like Coca-Cola has a lot of, that kind of acid, a certain citric acid or whatever, even like lemonade has citric acid. Sometimes that can discolor a handpan, even though it's not going to make it rust per se, maybe it can discolor it. So make sure that you're aware of just eating don't eat while you're playing, that kind of thing. Don't spill things on it, that sort of thing. Pretty much common sense kind of things. But that's kind of how we take care of and suggest taking care of handpans here at DII.
I have a picture, Dave, up that you took.
Yeah.
With the kids. It was so awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was super awesome.
Yeah, and
those kids were having so much fun.
Yeah, I love sharing music with kids. It's such an amazing thing. So that was this was the party that we had last Thursday.
Thursday night.
And Portuguese band, and there's a bunch of kids that wanted to play the handpan. They were just so excited about it. It was pretty awesome. So.
Oh, it is awesome. Yeah. Wait, you know what? I think I'm gonna play a little bit more, Daniel. Did I miss something? I was talking about corrosion resistance and taking care of your instrument. Oh, there's nothing. Just as you're like moving it around, make sure you use a bag. It's always good to have a bag on your instrument when you're traveling. You don't really want to put it in the sun. Like here, I don't know if you can see it in the frame. Let's see if I can put it in the sun. Is it in the sun? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Just getting it in the sun like that, if you play too long in the sun, it will sometimes cause it to go out of tune slightly, or even a lot. Typically, once it gets cooled off, then it goes back into tune. Mm-hmm. But what you don't want to do is usually play in the sun. First of all, another thing too is that it just gets super hot. Your hands get hot on the steel, so it's not really a comfortable way to play the instrument just in the sun anyway. Right. But it's usually going to make it slightly go out of tune. So if you want to have the handpan being in tune and sounding nice, you want to usually be in the shade. So find yourself a nice tree or a gazebo to play under, and it's just you're going to have a great time. Right, What's your favorite place to play, Daniel? Where have you found this your favorite place to play?
Well, I usually play at home, but like places that I like to play, I don't know, there's so many. Like we went on that adventure to the beach. That's always fun. Yeah. Trying to find a shady spot, that's always the hard part.
The beach. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult.
Going on hikes, I love that. Any enclosed area. We went to Crystal Cove that one time, and we went into that tunnel, and that was amazing, playing a handpan in an enclosed area.
We got to do that. I want to do that with a group. That would be so intense.
Yeah. And like for the rentals, I'm trying to think of like questions that people would ask me. Is just maintenance because of the nitriting, because most of the rentals are nitrated. Is just make sure you just keep
actually most of them. I think most of them are powder coated. Or some this nitrated one was kind of like a carryover from stuff the Gaia line that I had before. Mm-hmm. So most of them are either powder coated or painted, but usually powder coated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. But yeah, anyway, so.
And I find too, like some people ask me, like, is this a representation of what a DII production handpan is?
Right.
And can you answer that for us?
Well, not really. I mean, like some of these were stuff that was something that was. Well, remember we got two lines of rentals. We've got the pro rental, we've got the standard rental. The pro rental was something that might have had like. Everything was perfect. The tuning was perfect, but then like something happened with the coating, like the powder coating, some kind of problem happened with it. So there's like maybe like a little imperfection with the powder coating or a scratch or something like that. And we couldn't sell it. Mm-hmm. So those are the professionals. That's okay. No, that's okay. It's okay. They go back. Yeah, I'm just doing a little video, but you guys want to play it? You guys want to play it?
We're on live.
It's a handpan. Handpan, you play it. It's a musical instrument.
See, here we go. This is what happens.
Want to try it? Yeah.
So hilarious.
It's a handpan, so you just touch it. There you go. Yeah, it's a musical instrument, so it's kind of fun, huh? There you go. Anyway, so there you go. People walk by and they want to play a handpan. It's all good. So, what were we talking about? We're talking about maintenance and how they're made and that sort of thing.
Right.
Hi, you want to play again?
We're getting a live lesson right now. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There you go. Yep. It's like honey to the flower or whatever. No, the bees to a flower, bees to honey, whatever that phrase is.
Oh yeah, totally. The kids love it because
Yeah.
it looks like a spaceship or something like that. It's
Oh,
pretty
totally.
funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
So,
maybe we can give, because I was thinking about giving like tips for the beginners starting out. I have 3 tips, unless you have 3 tips for people doing like say they
go
get
for
a
it.
rent, say they get a rental. One of the things that Dave was talking about is the scales, and I've been finding like in my practices lately, I've just been working on the scales and getting practicing a good hit on the actual handpan, and that's been one thing, and going slow because we tend to want to go fast and not listen to each and every single note. So I would find the scale. Can you do a real quick scale, Dave?
Sure. But you can start out slower like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then usually I go back and forth. So I would go up to the top and then come back around.
Up to the top and then back down.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly what Dave did right there. I just do that a million times until I feel like I have a good, solid hit. Like it's kind of crazy. And that's what the rentals are good for on that, is just like continue to do that, and it's a very good meditative experience. Also, another one that I've been learning is like triads. I've noticed that using the scale and going up 3. Going up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then skipping 1, and then going.
Oh,
up.
I know you.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that?
Yes. Yes. And that one I like because you can hear the progression of the note going up as as it goes.
Yeah.
And then
and if you get a little faster with it, it's going to sound something like this.
Yeah, that's awesome practice, especially for beginners, because it just helps you. It's kind of like a brain teaser almost, but once you get it, it's pretty awesome once you do have that. And those I find are the triads. Like in ukulele, you have the 3 fingers, and then on piano, that's what they do to make the chords, is usually using 3s in their thing. So,
Right. Yeah, thirds. Yeah.
And then that's one of the practices I use. And then also just hitting. The third one is just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. And just keep going 1, 2, 3, 4 on the ding, on the outer ring, on the interstitial, and then on every single note. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep doing that until I got a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can speed it up and you can just go really fast. And that's
just bringing it back to the basics.
Yeah.
Like that. Something like that.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because you get a feel for all the different kinds of the way it feels.
Yeah.
Like the ding note feels different than the interstitial note, because they have this has like a stiffer feel, and then these feel a little bit different than the ding.
Yeah.
So just practicing getting those different, the feeling of each of those notes and those different ways of playing it.
And for me, that's really like my main practice, is doing those basic things and then adding them all together. So just imagine you could do a scale with the triads, and then add in the
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 in a
Huh.
whole set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You take the basics and put them all together, and next thing you know, you have a song.
Like for
Yeah.
example, you could do, and maybe you can do it, Dave. I know you can. Like go into like a scale, triads, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just keep on
Oh yeah,
repeating
yeah.
that
Something like
over.
this. And then the other.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then go back to the scale, and then yeah, and then the faster you
I
go,
like
it's
that rhythm.
that is cool. Yeah, there you go.
I like that a lot.
No,
Ba-da-da-da,
that's how I start thinking of it, and that's how I start
da-da-da-da.
making songs is
Yeah.
just by combining the techniques that I've learned into like a certain beat, and then just keep it going and going and going, and it's pretty cool, and then you just can keep on
Yeah.
adding. So
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
so those
That
are my
one's
three
killer.
tips. Scales, learn your scale, keep doing that every single day. Like in every practice, that's what I do. I do a scale, or I do multiples of scales. Triads,
Yeah.
work on getting that brain teaser down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. One, two,
Yeah.
four.
Exactly. Yeah. Just get the basics down. Get the basics down. Yeah. My three tips would be just getting the feel of the note. So I talk about this in my lessons and that sort of thing. Yeah, might not be able to see it today very well, but just
Right.
getting the feel and the touch of getting the notes, the proper sound out of the notes. People ask which finger to use, and it's just use the one that you feel most comfortable with initially. But ultimately, what you want to do is you want to learn how to use all of your fingers, because
Yes.
each one of your fingers is going to have a different sound. So if you want to create different sounds out of the instrument, you might consider using different fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, like my little finger might have a really light touch, but look, you can see my hands fluttering, right? And it just makes it look cool. Like if you're watching somebody playing,
Mm-hmm.
and you see your hands fluttering like that, it looks really cool. So go ahead and practice with the finger that feels best. Usually I just use one finger, either my index finger or my middle finger. Sometimes for these notes back here or the ding, I'll use my thumb. Occasionally, some people really like their thumbs. But just use the one that you feel comfortable with at first. Just get comfortable with playing those notes. You don't need to use your whole hand, even though it's called a handpan. You're going to use basically one finger. So that'd be one suggestion, is just practicing that stroke and getting the sound. And you can just do that on the ding note, like this, just going slowly, 4 on each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that sort of thing. You can go to the other notes as well.
Yes.
And then as you get a little bit better, you can do the stuff that Daniel was talking about, learning the scales and that sort of thing. But even beyond that, if you're really interested in getting some interesting sounds out of the instrument, you can identify where the harmonics are. So each of these notes has harmonics that are tuned to them, and you can kind of play them independently. And I really dig playing the harmonics. Harmonics are a lot of fun to play on the handpan. It reminds me of harmonics that people play on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
When they play the guitar harmonics, it always has this interesting, different sound, and it's really fun to listen to. So that would be my second suggestion. My third suggestion was just have fun and learn how to play it. You can play it on the bottom. You can play it on the top. You can play the bottom shell rhythmically. So if you have friends or whatever that you're playing along with, you can play rhythms on the bottom. And don't be scared to just play easy stuff. A lot of people think they have to play fast and loud,
Mm-hmm.
or all this complicated stuff. They don't. Like, one of my favorite things to do is just to float on like simple patterns like this. It's just really relaxing. And if you just change one note, it sounds a little bit different. Like, I'll just change this one note.
Right.
It's the same pattern. I just changed one note. Go back to my first one. And it just makes it sound so pleasant, you know?
Yep.
You can just relax and you can breathe and just have a good time. So I'm going to switch to one more note again. So yeah, the handpan can be a beautiful instrument just for relaxation. You can also perform on stage if you get out there and perform on stage. So it's a really fun instrument to explore and really engage with.
All right, we got a couple
Anyway,
comments. We got a couple comments
okay,
and questions.
righto.
Actually, first was Lynn Mason. I'm going to add this to the broadcast. And
Okay.
Lynn says Triads. That's the way it
Ah,
works wonderfully. So she likes the Triads. So
yeah,
very
triads are
good.
great.
Yeah, Triads are good. Definitely, Lynn. I agree with you. And then, let's see. Then Derek Landers' question is, let me publish this. Does powder coating help with sustaining the notes and hold tuning longer?
It's fine.
And when are you open in the store?
Well, we're open by
Derek
appointment.
Landers.
Yeah, you go to our website. Yeah, you can create an appointment, and we can either do a virtual appointment or you can see us in the store and make an appointment to meet us at the store these days. But does powder coating keep it in tune longer? Not so much. Pretty much every hand pan is always going to have some kind of tuning problem. At some point, it's going to drift out of tune. It's just like a piano. There's piano tuners. They tune pianos. Just like I'm a pan tuner and I tune hand pans. It just depends on when and how much. Some hand pans will retain, if they're made really, really well, will retain their tuning for a longer period of time. Others might drift out faster. So largely that's up to your own ears. Like I always make a comparison. Like somebody could have a piano in their home for 20 years and never get it tuned once, and they're as happy as can be. They play it every day. Other people, a professional piano player, they might want to get their piano tuned every 3 months because there's one note that's slightly out of tune that's driving them crazy. So with a handpan, I usually just generically say like maybe 6 months to 12 months after you buy one, you might want to take it in for a brush up tuning. Our first tuning, if you buy one from us, is always free. And so, yeah, just keep your ears open. Like if you play with anybody else and they say something like, hey, I think your handpan might be out of tune, then yeah, you might want to check it out and see if any problems are going on with the handpan. Take it to a professional. Don't ever try to tune your own handpan. Handpans are very delicate instruments, and if you do it wrong, you could put it out of tune worse than it was when you started. So that's my suggestion there.
Awesome. All right, Derek, thanks
Yeah.
for that question. And that's all we have for now. If you guys have more questions,
Awesome.
this is the time.
Yeah,
But,
you know what I think.
yeah,
I
I
was just
think.
gonna say, I think I'm
Oh, go
gonna
ahead.
wrp it up, Daniel.
All right, go for
I
it.
think I'm gonna.
Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
think I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna play like a little song here to wrap it up, and just enjoy the rest of the day here in Solvang. So thanks to the community who let me do this for the kids who were walking by and all that sort of thing. It's really fun.
Well, thanks
Daniel,
for
thank you so much for
Dave.
your
No,
time.
thanks for coming on. While you're on your little family trip, going up to San Luis Obispo.
Yeah,
I'm sure all the people watching do appreciate this, and it is a Saturday. It's a beautiful day, and you're out here sharing music with everybody live from
yep.
Solvang, which is super cool, and it's great to see you on this great day. So.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna finish this off with a song that I wrote, and I created a video game song out of this melody. So one of these days, you guys will hear this song, you'll be like, "Oh, I know that melody. Dave wrote it." So
Sorry for the poor quality. Dave is out in the field, so if
yep,
one of these days we'll re-record this song so you guys can really truly hear it. So.
perfect. All right, so here it goes. This video game song.
Oh wait, hold on, Dave. Hold on, we got one question. Derek says metal thickness make a difference. Does metal thickness make a difference? I think we've answered this question before.
Yes. Yeah, I can. I like 1.2 millimeter steel is usually the best, which is 18 gauge steel. If it gets too thin, then the notes start to sound wobbly and flappy, and they don't sound centered. If it gets too thick, sometimes you can get up to 1.4 millimeter thick and it still sounds okay, but the notes tend to get larger. So like this regular D note right here, instead of being this big, it might be this big on a thicker steel. So you need a larger area usually to tune. So the drum might end up being a larger drum with thicker steel. If it gets too thick, then it doesn't work very well. It doesn't flex, it doesn't vibrate enough, and it just doesn't produce a good sound. So.
Cool.
Yeah, so usually 1.2 or 18 gauge, 1.2 millimeter or 18 gauge steel is usually the best, somewhere in that.
All right, cool, Derek. That was a great question. Thank you. And Dave, let's hear this song. Awesome.
All right, here we go. Video game song. Here we go. Hi. There we go. And that's it.
Awesome, Dave. That was so amazing. Thank you for sharing, and enjoy your trip. And I will see you when you get back. Absolutely. So,
All
if
right.
everybody,
Sayonara. See you next time.
all right. If you guys don't have any questions, thanks for joining us. This is Dave at Slovane, going over rental handpans. If you guys are out there looking for wanting to get started on a handpan, rental is definitely a way to go. So, thanks, Dave. Enjoy your day, and
All right. You too.
we are out, and we will see you next time. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Peace out. All right. See you.
Bye.